everybody, this is Asha Shetty, you're the Indian ballerina. So today's video is all about basic stretches. So if you are just getting into your stretching routine, or you have just started your ballet journey and you want some basic stretches to start opening up your body and you're a little clueless to where to start from, this is what's going to help you, right? So even if you're not ballet trained, or even if you're not a ballerina, or you are not doing ballet, you can still use these stretches to start your stretching routine. And these all stretches are pretty simple, straightforward, and not that intense, but it's a great start, I would say. Yeah, so these stretches are, most of these stretches are what I use to warm up my body as well before a ballet class, but you can use them as a normal stretch routine that you do daily, and you'll soon start to feel a difference. Once your body is a little bit more open, then you can go ahead and do more intense stretching routines. But just to start off, I feel this is a great routine for you guys. So let's get into it. So the first exercise is the butterfly stretch. Yes, so what we're going to do is you're going to bring your legs as close to your body as possible, your feet. You're going to hold your toes, you're going to lengthen your spine as much as possible, making it an active stretch. Now without curving your spine, go as forward as you can. So if you see, even I'm not able to go all the way down because my hips are comparatively pretty tight, but do your best and stay as comfortable as possible. Just make sure that you're not curving your spine. Keep your back as straight as possible. If you want to intensify it a little bit more, you can always push the knees down. You can use the elbows to push the knees down. Stay there. Stay there. Keep breathing. All right, coming back up. Right, a similar stretch to this. We're just going to open our legs a little bit more wider. So this is also known as a turtle stretch or a diamond stretch, I've heard. So just keeping this in a little bit more wider position, very similar to butterfly, but this time you're going to curve all the way down. So the butterfly stretch is more active, whereas this turtle stretch is a little bit more passive, right? So just bring your hands to your toes and just curve your spine and just fall over. Again, if you need, you can always push your knees down to make it a little bit more intensive. We breathe. All right, slowly coming up, slowly roll up, slowly roll up, slowly roll up. All right, from here we're going to go into our half butterfly. So your right leg stretches all the way front and your left leg is bent towards the inner thighs of your right leg. Now from here you're going to lift your hand all the way up without curving. So again, this comes back to your active stretch. You're going to go all the way forward and stretch and stay. Now if this is already too much for you, you can always hold your leg where your calf is or your ankle is, or even here you can always stay here. Yes, so look at your level where you are at and slowly work through it, right? Don't push, don't pull. Your body needs to get adjusted to these stretches, so don't be so hard. Yeah, make sure you breathe while doing all these stretches as well. So stay here, breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, use your hands to come back up. Wonderful. Stay in this position. We're just going to bring our left leg on top of our right thigh, right? Keeping the same position. Now you'll also feel that this side, the left side of your hip is also feeling a little stretch, which is what we want, right? Same thing, hands all the way up and moving all the way forward. You'll notice you might not be able to go very low, which is fine. That's fine. We stay here. Try to keep your back as straight as possible. And slowly coming back up. Great. Again, keeping the same position, but we are going to variate it a little bit. So the left leg, which was in front, we are going to go into a little variation of your half butterfly. So you're just going to pull this back, so you're curving it a little bit, also like your swastik position. But if this is a little bit more uncomfortable, you can always bring the legs a little bit more in. Yeah, but the main important thing is that both the hips should be on the floor. So you're going to go all the way forward and going to move towards the side and then come back forward and then rolling up, right? You will feel it really in your inner thigh of your left leg. Yeah, this is really good stretch for your hip mobility as well. So hands all the way up, moving all the way front. Keep breathing. Now, without coming up or without lifting up, you're going to go all the way to the side as much as you can. As much as you can. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. If this is too much, you can always come up slightly, but try to be as low to the floor as possible. We breathe. The more you breathe, the more your muscles tend to relax, and when your muscles are relaxed, it's a little bit more easier to stretch. So try not to hold or jam your muscles. Relax, breathe into your muscles so that it becomes a little bit more easier. Alright, we're coming back through center and we roll up. Okay, from here, keep the left leg exactly where it is. You're just going to bend your right leg. Now from here, you're just going to move slightly back. This is also called as a deer pose. Now for me, this is already intense because like I said, I have tight hips. But for you, you might be able to go all the way down. That's wonderful. Just do as much as your body is telling you to do. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. And slowly walk back in. Now, keep the right leg exactly where it is. Bring the left leg on top of it. Hands all the way up. And we move forward. This is one of my top favorite stretches. It really works the hips. It really works these thigh muscle, these hip joints. I really prefer doing this before my class because it really opens up your hip area. Okay, coming back up. We repeat the same routine on the other leg. So this time your left leg is forward, your right leg is bent, keeping our hands up and slowly moving forward. You'll also notice that one side is always easier. So for me, it's the right leg. Right leg is much comparatively like flexible than the left one, which is fine. But our goal is to make it as balanced as possible. Again, if this is too much, you can always come slightly up. You can hold your toes, you can hold your ankle, your heel. And slowly rolling up. All right, bringing our right leg on top of our left. Both hands up and moving forward. All right, coming back up, moving into our half butterfly variation. Yes, again, making sure that both the hip bones are on the floor. If you do this, you won't feel anything, right? But if you're feeling uncomfortable on your knee, maybe you can put a pillow under, yeah, or of course have a yoga mat or an exercise mat, but try not to move towards the leg which is in front of you, because then you're not working anything. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way forward. I'm trying to make this stretch a little bit more passive, so my palms are facing the ceiling, because usually if you put it the other way, your hands want to work for your stretch, which I don't really want. I want more of the gravity to do its work, so I've kept my palms facing the ceiling. And I'm really breathing, and I'm trying to relax my muscle as much as possible, and moving all the way to the side. All right, coming back to center and rolling up. Okay, moving on to the next one. We bend the left leg ahead and go into our deer pose. Again, most important thing is not to let the leg which is behind come up, right? So push this knee down as much as you can, right? And then go down as much as you can. So for me, this side is a little bit more better, so I can go a little bit more lower, but the other side is too stiff. Keep breathing. All right, coming back up. Keep the left leg exactly where it is. Bring the right leg on top. Hands up and move all the way forward. All right, rolling up. Use your hands to come up. All right, we are going to go into our forward fold, which I personally don't like, but we need to do it. So you're gonna bring both the legs in front of you, right? Just going to go up, keep your hands up, press the shoulder down, right? And the first time we do it, you're going to go into a passive stretch. So you're going to try to curve your spine and just relax. The second time you do it, you're going to make your spine a little bit more active and trying to keep the spine as straight as possible. You'll feel the difference. You'll feel the posterior stretch differently when you're doing the passive stretching and the active stretching. So the first we are going to do the passive stretch. So all the way hands up and just relax all the way down. So you can curve as much as you want. If you feel this is a little bit uncomfortable, you can also bend your knees a little bit. That's also fine. Relax your head down and just really drop your weight all the way down to your legs. You can relax your toes. You can keep your hands facing the ceiling. Just relax. Breathe into it. All right, slowly rolling up. Now the second time you're going to do active stretch. So you're going to lift up. Now without curving your spine and without dropping your weight fully to the leg, you're going to stretch, lift up from your torso, from your hip, and move all the way front. So again, if this is too much, you can always hold your calf, your knee, your ankle, whichever, whatever is accessible, whichever you can hold easily. But try not to curve this time. Yeah, so you're keeping your back as straight as possible. I'm also trying to flex my feet. Yeah, I usually tell my students that think that your toes are trying to reach your shoulder. Yeah, that helps too. Stay, stay, stay. And slowly rolling up. Great. We move on to our straddle. Yeah. Often people ask me what's the difference between a straddle and a middle split. Straddle is when you're sitting up and where your knees are facing the ceiling, and your middle split is when you go over. So if I go over, right, and my knee starts to face the front, right, that's a middle split. When you do a straddle, your straddle is when your toes and your knees are facing the ceiling, right? So right now we are in our straddle position. So you stay here, bring your right hand forward, bring your left hand up, and we are going to think about lengthening the spine. So you reach out and you go over your right leg. Now when you're doing this, I want you to think of your right shoulder pushing forward. So try not to hunch or try not to hide yourself. It's more about, oh, I want to face the ceiling, right? So it's more about twisting. So you're also feeling a little twist, whereas you're stretching the right way. Stay, 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 stay. Now you can go a little bit more lower if you can touch your toes. Good. Coming up. Doing the same thing on the other side. So this time your left hand is forward, right hand is up. Lengthen, reach out first. See if you can push the left shoulder forward. Stay, stay, stay. I'm also flexing my feet right now. I prefer it that way. You can always point and drop down. And come back up. Good. Now instead of doing forward stretch, we are going to do the forward stretch, but we are going to be doing almost like a wave. Yeah, so you're curling your chin to your chest and wave all the way forward, trying to have a flat back and then coming back up, right? So again, curve inside, stretch the back and then come back up, right? We're going to do 4 of these and then you're going to reverse it. So reverse, you're going to bring your chest forward and then you curve and then you relax. So you have 4 times. So each time you're doing it, see if you can go a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower, right? Here we go. So first curve. So curve, all the way down, stretch, and then back up, and curve, all the way down, stretch, and up. 2 more, and curve, all the way down, stretch, and up. Good. Last one, curve, all the way down, stretch, and up. Great. And you reverse it, and all the way forward, curve, and up. Good. All the way forward, keep breathing, and up. Try to go a little bit more deeper each time, and up, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, we're going to do it last time. One more addition, but we're going to stay low as much as you can. If this is too much, you can always come up onto your elbow. If this is also too much, you can go up all the way to your hands. Whatever works for you. You build slowly, right? One step at a time. Don't hurry, don't push yourself too much. Be gentle to your body. Yes, stay. Now when you're doing a straddle, make sure your knees don't flop forward, right? So you're really turning out and trying that the knee faces the ceiling and not forward. So you're pushing this back, right? Good. Coming back up. All right, you're almost there. Last 2 stretches. Now from here we are going to go into our back opening. Yeah, so just close this, shake your legs if you need to. Right, and you're just going to come up on your all fours. Don't mind my phone, it's recording for you guys. Okay, so you're just going to come into your all fours, and we're just going to do our cat and cows, right? So curve all the way in and go all the way out. Few more times, and 1, and out. Keep going, and 1, and out, and 1. Relax your shoulder, keep breathing, and up. All right, from here you're going to come up. You're going to bring your, actually let's do the other one first. So you're going to bring your hands to your bum, to your back waist. If this is comfortable, you can put it here. If you want to put it a little bit more lower, you can put that. Now from here you're going to think of the upper body bending back, right? So it's not the whole body that's moving, it's just the upper body, right? So from here, see if you can lift your chest up all the way to the ceiling. Little back bend, and come back. We do it 1 more time, and 1, and up. Great. Now second variation of this, which is called, also known as a camel pose. So you're going to bring your hands back to your heel, and then you're going to stretch up. So this is a little bit more intense in comparison to the first one that we did. When you're doing this, see if you can push yourself forward rather than staying behind, right? That way you're not feeling anything in your back. So push your chest forward. And come back. Great. All right. From here, last stretch. Just sit. So you're curling your toes like this, and you just sit on your heel, and that's it. This is a great stretch for you to open up your metatarsals, for your point work, etc. We usually neglect this. We only think of pointing, whereas the opposite stretch is as important as pointing your feet, right? breathe, breathe. You should be feeling it. I am. Stay, stay, stay. Few more seconds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, relax it, shake it off, and you're done. So that was your stretch routine that you can use if you're just starting out your ballet journey, or any dance style, or if you just want to do some stretches and you are like a little clueless of where to start from, which stretches to start from. So this is, I feel, a great video for you as a start. Yeah, and like I said, I use most of these exercises before my ballet classes as a warm-up. Just make sure that you do some kind of cardio, so you're ready, you're warm to do all of these stretches. So just do, maybe, I don't know, do like 10 jumping jacks, or like high knees, or skipping. I love skipping, so I usually do skipping. So any kind of cardio to really get that blood pumping, and then you'll be ready for these stretches. If you want, I have a couple of workout videos as well. I have a ballet inspired video on my YouTube channel, so you can maybe club these. Yeah, so you can do that workout first and then club it with a stretching routine, this stretching routine, or something else. I mean, I don't know, but just make sure that you do some kind of cardio and get your body ready for all of these stretches. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope this was useful. Please let me know how you felt after doing this class, and I'll see you guys super soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I love you guys. Bye.